Good afternoon. All righty. Thank you for coming.
I've been here in the band now since 1975. I became a member. I've been here now, this is my 42nd year in the Macgillivray Pipe Band. The longest consecutive running membership in the pipe band right now. There has been people who started before me, but took a little time off here and there. I'm semi-retired now. I just come out and play once in a blue moon, and that's about it. I thought you were going to be down here this afternoon. How come you're not here? You should be playing with the band. Anyways, nice talking to you, Bill. We'll see you later.
Macgillivray is the clan Macgillivray.
Yes.
He is here. He is here to visit, and they have the British Broadcasting Company here to film that.
Oh, okay.
This is my son, Adam.
Come on in.
Say hi.
I did.
Okay.
Does he play any?
He's a drummer with me.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
I'm a snare drummer.
Good for you. Good to see. a crew from the BBC here following you and keeping you in the McGillivray around. And so don't be nervous if they appear at your table and start filming you. You may be famous sometime at some point in the world, and British Broadcasting Service.
Macgillivray should agus more antanga na falchifis agus an buach actually very touched Shaw Alpha, the shores on the Macgillivray. That's our native tongue of Scottish Gaelic. Just thanking you very much for all your welcome and your hospitality, and bringing our family here to this special occasion of the 100th anniversary of the Macgillivray Pipe Band. It's a privilege to be here, an absolute honour, and it's took the icing on the cake having my father here as well. My sister Mary has come up from the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota. Also a former band I used to play with here who have come up especially to perform today. And I just want to make a mention as well to the pipes and drums of the Thunder Bay Regiment here as well also. So a big hand for them. Incidentally enough, we met Bill Peters from the Regimental Pipe Band when he came to the Clan Macgillivray gathering in Scotland in 2015, and I'm seeing him here today as well. And it's been a privilege to get to know. Of course, this special anniversary ties in with a lot of things. Not only are you named after a very special character here in Canadian history, William Macgillivray, but is also the founding member of the Macgillivray Pipe Band, was our former commander, George B. Macgillivray from Thunder Bay here. And as well as that is the reason this pipe band was formed in 1917 was because of in response to the First World War cause in Europe, which was going on at the time. And to have a 100th anniversary today is just an amazing experience. You're older than some pipe bands in Scotland, and we were at Mass this morning. We went to the Catholic Church of St Andrews just down the road, and a Polish priest had me come up and he gave a special blessing to the Macgillivray Pipe Band on their 100th anniversary. So that was a great thing. Without further ado, I've got some gifts to present from Scotland that I've brought over for the pipe band on the special centenary anniversary. And as well as that, I think my father wants to say a few words here. He's also got some whiskey to present. My local Glenmorangie whiskey distillery who's helped sponsor a few bottles for us over here. So I'll pass on to my father, and I just want to thank you very much. Moran Morantan, agus Kid Militan, and Hularut, agus Lebianach Gandula, Morantan. Thank you. I want to ask my sister Mary if she could come up with the gifts in that 10 pottery, if that's okay. That plate has to be unwrapped, if that's okay. So my sister will get that organised over that. Also, I've got a special commemoration to give. I'm going to announce this quite specially here. On occasion, the membership of the Macgillivray Pipe Band wants to honour a member of their long-standing support and dedication to the band with a lifetime membership. This is bestowed upon only a few deserving individuals and carries with it all the privileges and entitlements of any band member. We have such an individual in our midst this afternoon. I would like to call our MC Bill Ross to the podium, please. As many of you gathered here today know, Bill Ross has been a dedicated, long-serving piper, instructor, executive member and former pipe major of the band. As commander of the Clan Macgillivray here, it is my great pleasure and privilege to present to you, Bill, your lifetime membership in the Macgillivray Pipe Band. Well, I'm just waiting for the gifts to arrive here so I can present them. I'll just tell you a couple of things. We had a great time on Friday night, along with the BBC team and the Macgillivray Pipe Band. And I tell you, just hearing the pipe band come in here today was just, when we say it raises the hairs on the back of your neck, I'm surprised the bonnet didn't come off my head. That was what a great pipe band. Outstanding, high quality, high standard, beautiful music, great choice of tunes. And I love the character of this pipe band. I feel like naming a tune after it myself, so when we go back to Scotland, there's going to be a 4-part tune somewhere there for this special pipe band here. I'll tell you something else funny. I used to live in Duluth, Minnesota, about 3 hours down the road, and I went to the College of St. Scholastica there to study. And when I went there, it was my first introduction to ice hockey, your native sport here. And I used to pipe for the ice hockey games, and I used to go out on the ice and pipe the Canadian and the American national anthems with the bagpipes on the ice, you know. And I remember the first time I went out, I thought I was going to deck it. I thought I was going to fall completely, you know. So I went out on the ice and I played these national anthems, and then it became a trend that ended up getting invited to the ice hockey parties. And I had a few drams with them, a few beers, played some beer bombs and city cup. And they were great guys, a lot of them Canadians, a lot of them Americans, and it was a great privilege to be there. Another connection is we have a sport called shinty back home, which is our oldest Catholic sport. I believe you guys still call shinny a sport here, is that right? And I think that's the birth of ice hockey here, so there's connections on a few sporting levels as well as musical levels here, so at least that's my piping connection to this country and to this special pipe band here. So I just want to say thank you very much for listening to me, and now we're going to present some gifts here we've got up from Scotland. So. This was a special plate I got done in our local tin pottery, and it's inscribed for the Macgillivray Pipe Band here on their 100th Centenary anniversary here. So I'll present it to the bill here in presentation of the pipe band. So that can be another one of the food dishes for the next gathering. And also I've got a locally made, a lady back home, she makes these things called Macbears. And she made this special bear in Macgillivray tartan of a bagpiper. Unfortunately she didn't have time to do a drummer, but it's a pipe for you. That's a wee incentive for the kids to join the pipe band and a bit of encouragement. Now also I've got something here that I got imprinted back in Scotland by a guy in Inverness. All these things come locally. We're quite blessed to have such talent in our area. I've got two of them actually, and I'm going to present the one here just to show what it's like. Again, I'll present it to Bill in commemoration of the Macgillivray Pipe Band here. The next time I'm over, I'm going to get one done for the Pipes and Drums Regiment as well, of Thunder Bay, so you've got one coming. Now, I'm going to pass you over to my father here, Duncan. He's a lot more literate than I am, so I'll pass you on to him. He's got some whiskey to pass around to everyone. So. Thank you very much for listening, guys, and thank you for being here.
Myself, Ian and Mary, and the rest of the family, we do a lot of playing for our local whiskey distillery, Glenmorangie. And I was talking to the manager before we came over, Andy MacDonald, and he wanted to present a couple of bottles of the latest edition of the original to the pipe band on the occasion of their centenary. So I'd like to ask Pipe Major Cliff Niles to come up and accept these, and I'm sure he'll share them around with the rest of the band. It'll help to keep the winter at bay for a while. And I'd just like to finish off by saying a few words that came from one of the founding members of the band, Peter Fraser. And he must have written them around about 1967, I suppose, when the band had 50 years under his belt. And he said, "We shall look forward to another half century of even greater achievement. That the cat in the boxwood of the Macgillivrays will still be worn with pride in 2017 AD is the hope and aim of all loyal band members." Well, here we are, 50 years later. His vision and the vision of Dr. T.D. Macgillivray was realised, and I'm sure they're smiling very happily looking down at this event today. And I'm sure, having experienced the hospitality of the pipe band on Friday night, I've got no doubt that in 100 years' time you'll be here again celebrating the bicentennial. Have a good day.
Thank you, Ian and Dr.
Cliff's beat me at all odds today. He's won already.
Open up the sidewalks there.
This is going to be a big cut, I think.
Go. Whoa! Beautiful.
So that's how you got to think. Let me tell you.
Never saw that before.
The pipe band will be back at about 3:30 to do another small set. Okay?
Could I just say one last thing? As a piper, I've never heard a better rendition of the Black Bear than I heard today.
And then, if anybody wants a slice of cake, if they want a slice of cake, they're going to have to cut it with the claymore as well. So.
No, we got a few moments I'd like to be able to sort of present, and I'd like to, on my behalf, have a promotion. I'd like to do good things for the city, so we're not me, we're promoting something. I'm a lieutenant colonel. Let's be like yourself.
Excuse me, sir.
Sorry.
I noticed you were doing some filming.
Yes.
Are you from Australia? Or?
No, I'm from Toronto, but I'm shooting with BBC's Alba in Scotland.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Nice to have you here.
It's very nice to be up here. I don't make it this far north very often.
This just became a real expensive afternoon for you last week. That's right.
Pipe Major Bill Peters. I'm a former member of the Macgillivray Pipe Band of Thunder Bay, celebrating their 100th anniversary today. The regiment and the Macgillivray Pipe Band have had an informal association for many years. The regiment used to be the Lake Superior Regiment, and in 1949 they adopted the Scottish as a role. They adopted the Macgillivray Tartan under permission from the Lord Lion, Grand Chieftain. It's been a loose association that the regiment has had with the Macgillivray Pipe Band. There has been aspects of the regiment that have had a pipes and drums band. And then 3 years ago, I started the pipes and drums of the Lake Superior Scottish Regiment. I'm sorry. With the diversity of the local pipe band community in town, it's been good because we have 3
very brief. I just want to bring greetings from Clan Macgillivray Association of Canada, and congratulations on the 100th anniversary of the pipe band. We're extremely proud of the Macgillivray pipe band of Thunder Bay. It figures in all of our clan histories, and I'm here as not only Commissioner of Clan Macgillivray for Western Canada, but also representative of the Clan Association, bringing greetings from Macgillivrays across Canada. Thank you very much.
And I'm in a group called Era. It's a new band, so we want to start recording soon. So I'm Sue. Oh, she's doing it? Yes. And there's Mary McGillivray. Hi. Mary McGillivray. And
I'm Jim Austin.
I'm Lisa. That's right.
And we are Era.
Era.
Just Welsh for snow.
Yes. We have snow.
Yes. Plenty in abundance.
Yes.
Thank you.
Here for this occasion, so I'm lucky to be here, and I don't think I would have God wanted me to leave this circuit before I even heard this beautiful pipe band and to see this great crowd here, so I just want to make that clear. God bless the Macgillivray pipe band and all of you here today. I'm going to pass you on to the band here now.
my brother Ian Macgillivray and my dad Duncan Macgillivray behind me somewhere, mingling amongst the crowd. So this is probably my first. Well, I've been to Sault Ste. Marie, Canada before. We have cousins in the Canadian border, but this is my first time, in Thunder Bay here in the area, except typical Sault Ste. Marie. Sorry, I'm mumbling all this stuff. Yeah, it's an honour to be here and to be part of such a great event, such a warm event as well. We've had such a warm welcome, and I don't remember so many people being so interested in us. It's just a kind of privilege for us to be here. And I'll be going back down the road to Rochester, Minnesota. They'll be heading back off to Scotland, before too long. But we'll all unite again, and hopefully go either on this side or maybe the Scotland side of the North Atlantic.
You're inviting us, are you?
Oh, yeah. I was like, no, it'd be great to have one of these big collaborations. Thank you so much for having us here. It's what I'm time for.
Yeah. Tell me, how's the weather out there in Scotland? Oh, it's different. Good for you. Oh, it's been another week. Thank you for having us.
Well, I just want to say it's been an absolute pleasure and an absolute privilege to be here in Thunder Bay, Canada for the 100th anniversary, centenary anniversary of the Macgillivray Pipe Band. We've got a lot of history here. Not only were they named after one of the most notable people in Canadian history, William Macgillivray, also founding member was one of George B. Macgillivray's grandfathers, Peter Fraser. George B. Macgillivray was our last commander, and obviously the big and strong link with the First World War. The reason they started in 1917, and there's a lot of military history here, a lot of historical significance and monumentous occasion today. And it's been a privilege for me. It's been a privilege for me and an absolute pleasure coming here with my father Duncan, ex-battlefield band member, and my sister Mary, who's come over from the Mail down in Minneapolis. To celebrate this event with everyone here in Canada has been absolutely amazing, incredible, a monumentous historic cultural occasion that I'll never forget. It's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I love the pipe band, a great quality pipe band, beautiful music, great drumming, great piping, great look, beautiful people. You couldn't ask for a better night. I'm so excited right now, I'm thrilled. I want to go out drinking with them and have some tunes. Falchi Gigula, more and more in town. It's Bianca is good.
Thank you.
Anytime the Scottish guy, the best from Scotland.